A lot of times when I sit down for a session to make music or work on a particular song, I get frustrated because after a couple hours of messing around with music, you don't always end up with something usable. But the times that I remember to lean into that, I think are better. If I can remind myself that it's okay to just explore, to just play for a little bit, I think those are times when I have the most fun and I do end up with something surprising at the end. The song Lurker was definitely one of those songs. I was flipping through a bunch of plugins that I had in Logic, and I just started messing around with noise and sound, and I came up with this weird thing that sounded like space bugs. So that's actually what I named the file, bugs. Once I had this whole little soundscape made up of all this noise and filters and weird stuff, I decided to chop that thing up into little pieces that I could use as a drum kit. So I found a couple things that could work as a kick drum, a couple things that could work as a snare, a hi-hat, then just some noise effects. Then I wanted to see how much more I could pull out of this one soundscape file that I created. And so I sped it up. I slowed it down. And then in those files, I tried looking for moments that I thought were cool. When I had this whole sample pack basically that I created for myself, I brought everything back into Logic and started playing them like drum kits and just sketching things in, and a song started emerging. I wanted this kind of spooky melody, this sort of just kind of like a little haunting thing. Then it started feeling like a movie scene. This happens to me with a lot of songs. I start imagining them like a scene from a movie. So I imagined this guy trapped in his mansion with his bodyguards and all his men, knowing that there was somebody out there waiting for him, waiting to get him as soon as he left.
Kill the lights and turn them to shadow us down. Hold my breath so I don't make a sound. But I feel like I'm in checkmate. I can have them pull the car around. You've already got my route mapped out. With every single turn I'll take, you know every little move I'll make. You know I take the bait. And should I anyway?
And so I wrote, "You're out there hiding in the trees, and I know that you'll be waiting for me when I leave." I actually didn't mean to make a tree leave pun, but I guess I did.
You're out there hiding in the trees, and I know that you'll be waiting for me. Know that you'll be waiting when I leave. You've set a snare for me, and I know that you'll be waiting. Know that you'll be waiting when I leave. And I know that you'll be waiting for me. Know that you'll be waiting when I leave.
So I felt like that would be the chorus. And so I needed the verse to just set up the scene a little bit, set up the scene of this guy that's a little bit spooked out by the fact that he knows maybe the hitman or somebody is out there waiting to get him. So this song was originally going to be on an album called Lurker. I was going to do a whole bunch of songs in this vibe because in this same session I also made a bunch of other noisy soundscapes and did the same process with those. And so I've got probably like 8 or 10 tracks of instrumental stuff that are in the same vibe. So my original thought was to put them all on an album called Lurker. But then I started working on Observer, and I had that idea of making it sort of like a heist film in my mind, and this just seemed to fit a lot better with the tone. There are times when I have to sit down and work on an existing song and really just do what I can to finish it. And those times are important to me. But there are other times when it's okay to just explore and to play. And I want to remind myself to do that a little bit more. I'm always surprised by what I end up with.